I would just always see the movies of the military, and I just knew that was me. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to be.
3 a.m. I see shadow of a human head over my body.
So within the 2-week period, he raped me 5 times.
Kiss me. I tried to leave and he slammed the door on my arms. I fell on the ground and hit my face on his desk, and the next thing I realized was I had woken up wearing his shorts with all of my clothes off and in tremendous pain.
Rummaged through the house, searching for the suicide note. To call the police with one hand while you're restraining her from killing herself with the other.
Over the past several years, the pervasiveness of sexual assault in the military has become apparent. The issue remains unresolved, at least in part, due to the personal shame felt by victims as well as a sense of fear they feel towards their superior officers. Inadequate response after the fact and insufficient methods of prevention have led to a situation where female military personnel are more likely to be raped by comrade than killed by the enemy.
In 1948, the Women's Armed Services Integration Act was passed, which allowed women to join the military for combat. Before that, women had served as nurses and cooks in wars dating all the way back to 1775 when the Revolutionary War took place.
However, we have very little evidence supporting the assumption that military sexual assault was a problem as women started to become more involved with the military, because most of the sexual assault reports are from the last couple of decades.
Having the power to get away with rape and often suffering zero consequence makes the perpetrator feel empowered and that they can do it again. The leading supporters of bringing an end to military rape are still up and coming. One of the main organizations, SAPR, Sexual Assault Prevention Response, was just created in 2004.
What normal Americans don't understand is that if you were to be raped one day on the street, you could call the police, get a lawyer, and then go to court. But if you're raped in the military, you have to report it to the chain of command, and sometimes the man who raped you is in your chain of command, and then you have a problem.
Many victims don't report their assaults because of the personal shame they gain after their rape. Today, our society has not created a supportive or encouraging environment for victims to speak out about their assaults. As a result, many victims don't feel comfortable talking about their experiences, which leads to a lack of reports.
As bad as the rape is, the women in the military find that the hardest part is the retaliation of their coworkers. This graph shows the various reasons for why someone may not have reported their assault. The largest percent of women didn't report their assault because they thought that it would make things worse or that it would put their career in jeopardy. The least common reason that one may not have reported the assault was the fact that some people had assumed that rape was part of military service. Even though not as many people felt this way, almost 20% did.
For people who are higher up in the chain of command, they don't want to admit to the fact that there were rapes because it's embarrassing and it also is bad for their career.
Third human right, stating that you have the right to live in freedom and safety, is hugely breached when sexual assault is involved. The fifth human right, stating that nobody has the right to torture you, is commonly breached when dealing with sexual assault, especially in the military.
Chuck Hagel, the U.S. Secretary of Defense, heads the Department of Defense. The Department of Defense is not only in charge of the military, but it also employs a civilian force of thousands. Most of the time, the Department of Defense just talks about the issue of sexual assault in the military and how they're doing their best to address it. However, very rarely do they ever say the actual things they've been doing to try and resolve the problem.
And they're like, but we have this SARC and SAPRO program. It's like, well, oh, great. What does that do? They can strongly suggest to the military to do something.
Just like any hunter, they study their prey, they study their movements, they study the behaviors, they study the environment.
You have rapists that prey on other human beings. They stalk them. They wait until the victim is at the most vulnerable point in time to perpetrate their crimes.
This graph shows the percentage of unwanted sexual attention seen by military sector. The Marine Corps had the highest percentages in all categories, with the highest sexual assault rate of 5% and an average percent of unwanted sexual attention at 33%. Women face the lowest risk in the Air Force with a sexual assault rate of 2% and a general percent of unwanted sexual attention at 20.4%.
The toll that sexual assault can take on a person's life is immense. After being assaulted, victims go through awful psychological and physical pain because of what their perpetrators did to them.
When that bond of trust is violated, the wound penetrates to the very most inner part of one's soul.
And these women are joining the military to serve our country, to keep us safe and show their patriotism. They are risking their lives for us, yet they will be raped by an American before they are killed in action. It's not right for these women to feel in danger when they are around other Americans. We need to rebuild the honor and justice system in our military so that the women feel confident and empowered about serving our country.
As a part of our short-term action plan, we've created a website to educate others about sexual assault in the military and to also spread awareness about this issue. We've handed out flyers and have also hung posters up in local shops and corner stores, telling others about our website and the work that we've been doing to let others know how important this issue is. Additionally, we've created a Twitter account at @EndMilitaryRape to keep others up to date on the issue of sexual assault in the military. Please follow us for more updates on this issue.
Our long-term action plan consists of 2 parts. We hope to target the problem before it ever happens and also provide a safe way to address it if it does. We will write letters to the NSBA, National School Board Association, and the leading military academies in the U.S. requesting that they add more lengthy and serious rape or sexual assault lessons to their curriculum. By doing this, we hope to stop military assault before it happens. By educating the U.S. in the issue of sexual assault, we want them to make better decisions in the future, military or not.
The second part of our long-term action plan is to eliminate the influence that the chain of command has over sexual assault cases. This would ensure that rape cases are prosecuted in a professional and unbiased way. We've already started a petition requesting that the Military Justice Improvement Act be reconsidered. This would eliminate the chain of command's influence over sexual assault cases. We already have a few signatures, but we still need your help.